Do you know that it is not the will of God for you to be sick? I will be answering 6 questions on this subject matter. And by the end, your mind will come to a place where you will understand the will and the intention of God for you as touching healing and health. Let's dive into God's plan for your life as touching healing and health. Okay, healing. A lot of persons have asked me, not Christians, when I'm teaching in Healing Canasia and then Healing School, that what's healing? And I always give them a very simple definition. I said healing is God's substitute for health, or it's God's normalcy, or what we call temporal relief for goodness of health. That means it's God that made it available, but it is through a man to a man. That is why it's not permanent. But if it's God that is giving it directly, then it's going to be permanent. Why? We've seen in scripture, according to James chapter 1, he said that every good gift, verse 17, and every perfect gift comes from God the Father, with whom there is no variableness or shadow of turning. That means if healing is from God, it's going to be perfect. So God's will is health. What then is health? Health is man living in that state of wholeness, where he is in perfect peace and is perfect sanity of the mind and the body, where sickness and disease does not have a place in him. So that is health, and which is ultimately the will or the plan of God for man. So because you could see that someone is sick right now, and you pray for the person and the person gets healed, and tomorrow he gets sick again. That's why we say that healing is not permanent. Healing is temporal. So it is God's temporal substitute for divine health. It's God extending his love through a believer to another believer, or through a believer to an unsafe person, so that the man can live in health, because God's will for that person is that sickness will not have dominion and control over his body. So these are the difference.